welcome in. Today I want to talk about Charlie Kirk's passing. It was a huge shock, obviously, and it's still shocking, and I wanted to make a video expressing some thoughts that I had about it. First, actually, I do want to say that these are my own thoughts, my opinions that align with Christian faith. Okay, so let's get into the first thought, which is that everything happens for a reason. This did not happen with no reason behind it. Charlie Kirk was a very anointed person, and he was a very special child of God, and he was a very special child to God. And just like Jesus, God was willing to, God knew that this would happen, and God was okay with this happening. It is heartbreaking that it happened. It is a shock that it happened, but nothing happens without a reason, and God knew that this was going to happen, and he was okay with this happening because it opened up such a huge door for the country of the United States of America and for the people in it, especially for the people of Christian faith. This was a sacrifice that needed to happen, and it happened to Charlie Kirk because he was such a strong Christian. He was a strong voice for both the conservative political party and for Christians and for the youth and for men. And he was also sacrificed because let me say that there's a saying that God doesn't let things happen, or let me rephrase it. There's a saying that says things don't happen to people who can't handle it, right? And I'm sure that you've heard that saying, but like, certain things happen to certain people because they were able to handle it, or their family members were able to handle it. They were able to carry the burden because, like, they're strong. And so with that being said, Erica Kirk, Charlie's wife, is a very strong woman. She's a very strong Christian. I don't know her personally, but when I saw her, I've never heard her speak before. Okay, I've never heard her speak before. But just looking at her, I knew that she was a strong woman. And even though that this is heartbreaking to her, I don't know her at all, but I can feel her pain. Especially, you know, with the kids, and they looked very happy together, her and Charlie, but I know that she was a strong woman, and she is a strong Christian, and so this was an attack on her family because her husband was so outspoken. But she is able to carry this burden and to make light of it. And God knows that. And because God knows that, this was not something that didn't happen for any reason, okay? Or no reason. So with that being said, that's the first thing. The second thing is that this completely opened people's eyes up. When I was watching the news after this happened, I have never seen a news anchor wear a cross. And I can't remember which news anchor, like I remember which one it was, but I don't know her name. She was wearing a cross. And I've never seen that before on a news channel. So that's the first thing that I noticed, okay? The second thing that I noticed is that there's so many people talking about this, and there's a lot more Christians coming forth and being proud to say that they're Christian, okay? So this is like unlocking a lot of power. And that is the main purpose, I believe, why this had to happen, or why this did happen, okay? And also, it's just so interesting how Charlie was wearing a white shirt, which we know that white is it's symbolic for peace and angelic ways of being, okay? Another thing is that his shirt said freedom on it. And we know that Charlie went to heaven, right? We know that. And which is symbolic for freedom, okay? Like freedom is symbolic for heaven, like death is like freedom from this world, which is like the Matrix, you know? So I just thought that was very symbolic, like what he was wearing, the color specifically was very symbolic. I don't know if you guys just saw that, but I'm so sorry, you know, that I'm just sorry, like I'm sorry to Charlie's family and his wife and his kids that they have to go through the grieving process, and but those are my thoughts on all of this, and you know, another thing that I want to share, which is about the assassin suspect, is that he looks kind of like similar to Charlie, and I know that like that's subjective, but in my opinion, I think that he was just jealous. I really think that he was jealous of Charlie. He was jealous of how outspoken he was. He was jealous of his confidence in his own faith. And I think that it just came down to jealousy. Because this person wasn't trans. He wasn't a transgender person. And he was 22, a college student, I mean, it looked like he had a good upbringing, right? I saw pictures of his family, like from the news. Looked like everything was fine. Obviously, we don't know things behind closed doors, but and it also looked like he came from a more conservative or at least neutral family, right? Like a neutral party. Like, they definitely didn't look liberal. So I think it just came down to hate and jealousy. That's what I think. Which is fucked up and shallow as hell. So that's what I want to share with you guys. God bless you guys so much. And take care. Watch your surroundings. I'm praying for you guys. And this is a floodgate. This is a huge opportunity. Okay. And I know that some people may think like that sounds weird, but I mean it like in the best way. I'm trying to see like why this happened, the brighter side of this. So with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.